Hey, 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 my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. How you doing with everything going on? Welcome to your Chakra Check reading, a new series I'm doing because of the situation that we are in collectively. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, president of Joining the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and son of a Cancerian. Yeah, my mom's a crablet. I love her so much. Got to call her later. We're calling each other every other day because otherwise we don't get much done. So shall we dive in? This is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what does not. And this is a chakra read. I've been using this spread in one form or another for decades for my private clients. I mean, I've been reading clients for as long as I can remember because I can't remember a lot of my childhood and most of the 80s for maybe not so obvious reasons unless you know me. But that being said, we're not dealing with just the 7 chakras that everyone is familiar with, Roy G. Biv, if you catch me, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. We're also dealing with the 8th chakra that hovers above the head, the soul center, the star center, the upper room, the home of the higher self, the home of the archetypes. I've been heard called so many things throughout my lifetime. So just take what resonates. Again, I think you'll dig it. This is actually based on the work of Caroline Myss's Anatomy of the Spirit, right? Great book. Real life changer for me. Back in the late 90s, really learned so much from her, and I still continue to. And if you haven't yet, check out her work on Facebook. What she's doing with these daily live streams, just really beneficial. I adore her. Anyway, please remember to breathe as we do this, because as you're breathing and I'm breathing, we're coming into the present moment for sure, right? Where the guidance and grace is always available here in the now. It's when our minds wander back and forth, time traveling, that we tend to miss out on the guidance and grace that is always available for us, but that's okay. Partner with your breath. You're right there in the present moment, and that guidance and grace is waiting for you, for me as well, as I pull these cards out, and we'll see what comes out of my mouth, shall we? All right. All the decks that I'm reading, only 4 decks. This is only 18 cards we're doing in this spread. I'll call them out as we go, but they are all in the description box at the bottom. We're going to start shuffling these 2 decks to completion, top 8 cards, because we're doing 8 chakras. We'll get those shuffled and then we'll start laying them out, starting with the Healing with the Angels Oracle. Let's do this. Please breathe. Alrighty, my angels. Felt you very clearly before I hit record, so let's do this. My angels, please, top 8 cards. Chakra check spread for the Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Please, oh please, oh please, oh please. What do they need to know? Can you show us what's going on in their collective energy fields? Root through 8th chakra, root through the star center, however you want to call it, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, white. Please, my angels, just order these cards in perfect divine order for the Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, March to April. Certainly we're closer to April now. Please, for the rest of March and all of April, please. Thank you for the Cancerian collective. Thank you so much, my angels. We're going to do the same for the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, which will be representing not just the voices of the goddess, how I usually use them, but for the gods as well. I could have incorporated the mythic tarot that I use for the divine masculine, the gods, but it would be too many cards. It would be overwhelming, and the reading would be way too long. As it is, these are running between 50 and 60 minutes. So just for brevity, but to be thorough, I just don't want to, glance over stuff. Because if this stuff helps you heal, helps you manage your energy system absolutely influences your immune system, your ability to heal yourself, etc. So let's get up in this gig. Here we go. My deities, goddesses and gods, please, top 8 cards. Chakra check spread for the Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their chakra system. Root to 8th chakra, please put them in perfect divine order so they can see what's going on in their energy centers to help them heal and come into alignment and balance with your divine masculine and divine feminine guidance and grace, please, for the Cancerian collective. I hear you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, March to April 2020, including April, obviously. Here we go. Clean cut, please. Maiden, thank you. Mother, thank you. Crown, lovely. 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 All right, let's do this. We're going to start in the root chakra. Physical power, tribal power, the root that goes down into the earth and connects you with every other root system of every other energy field on the planet, including that of planet Earth. Keep in mind, your tribes are not just the family you were born into or the family that perhaps you grew up with. It's your friends. It's any group in your life and things you don't even realize, like your nationality, the country that you're in, the state. Like, I'm a New Yorker. I very much identify as a New Yorker, right? Your gender preference, your sports teams, your like, I'm a Stevie Nicks appreciator, right? So that makes me part of the Stevie Nicks Fleetwood Mac clan. So you sort of get what I'm saying, plus I'm a witch. So all of those tribes, that they affect us more than we realize, particularly in times like this, because, like it or not, we're all part of the human tribe, right? So think quantum field. We're not just cut from the same cloth. There's only one cloth. Even the cutting of the cloth is an illusion. So what's going on? The sacred truth of the root chakra, all is one. Oh, and yours is really crystal clear. You've got the Hermit card, the Wise one, the Kaliach with Retreat. Oh, I love when my cards make it easy for me. I've been reading these two decks together for decades, and it just makes my work so much easier. So yeah, right now you're hermited. Big shock, right? Even if you are sheltering in place with other people, you're keeping to yourself. Now, not a shock for Cancerian, Sun, Moon, Rising, anything, because y'all are really good at being hermit crabs. You just pull in, even if you're in a room full of people, you really know how to pull inside. And that's the beauty of the self-healing of a Cancerian, right? That cardinal water. But remember, the retreat isn't necessarily running away from. It may very well be running into, like go in to do your own healing, particularly if you have the deeper quantum understanding that as you heal, all heal, right? We are all not just interconnected, we're all one thing. Like, is the pinky really separate from the hand? No. Is the hand separate from the arm? The arm, it's all one organism. So we are all one organism. And I think this time we're going through really shows that, particularly, I don't know if you heard this, I don't know if it's true. It's all on the internet, but apparently the hole in the ozone layer is closing. So, okay. So, is this time positive? Is it negative? It's both, right? It's both and neither, that there's a larger purpose going on. So for you to go in, not just to go in, but you see she's riding a gray horse over Stonehenge, or at least a stone circle, riding over it like in the air, right? Like an aerial view, so that you might be able to not just intuitively, but within yourself, in terms of the physical world, transcend some stuff, right? See the larger picture about what's going on in the physical world. Now, what I'm getting from a guide over here is saying that you might very well be empathing everybody's everything. The water signs in particular. Look, I'm a Pisces moon. I have had waves of loneliness and waves of fear, and I'm sitting on my couch going, okay, there's nothing triggering this. I'm not even watching the news. What the hell's going on? To allow yourself time to recharge, to cry if you need to cry, but not to act on it, which is really the retreat here with the Hermit, that no matter what you're feeling, don't act on it right now. Just like the mothers of the zodiac that Cancerians are. Remember, my mom's a Cancerian. Nurture that child of your heart. Let it cry. Do the inner child work. Talk to your heart chakra as though it was a child, because that's essentially inner child work, right? Because, yeah, some of it might be your own personal emotional baggage that you didn't know about, that you're healing and releasing water into air, so to speak, up through the chakra system. Great lessons being learned that way, but you're also clearing it for the collective. And for particularly anyone who's feeling depressed, if you have the ability to love yourself through that depression, to let that depression have its full emotional arc, you might be saving lives in terms of someone who might be perhaps suicidal, right? That you're going to relieve that pressure for everyone. I've been saying in my live streams in my Facebook group, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mel for short, the link's in the description box, as well as in my super chats, that the planet right now is like a pressure cooker with all the people freaking, right? And if you're a clear release valve, it's a sacred thing. You're really doing your sacred works. But just make sure you're taking time for yourself. If you're living alone, you are anyway, but make sure that you're a healthy hermiting, right? Not just shutting out the whole world, but really being in your body, allowing what you're feeling without acting on it. It's so important. Let's look at the second chakra. Now, do you see why I put Venus in these? Because this is relationship to others, plural. This next one, second chakra, is umbilical. It's one-on-one relationships. Again, read Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Mace. Genius. Well, she's a genius. What's going on in the second chakra? Also manages money, creativity, sexuality, all that second chakra stuff. Well, and you've got your second major arcana card here, and you've got the Hanged Man, in this case the Hanged Woman, or reversal with the Angel card of healing. So what we're looking at here is a real healing of your second chakra stuff. Now, it would make sense that if we are in isolation, that we can take the time to kind of heal some of our one-on-one relationships from a distance. But that's going to mean seeing things differently, sacrificing your point of view. Like, for example, if you haven't heard it yet, hurt people, right? So let's say you're still carrying some psychic scar tissue in the second chakra about something that happened to you as a child, as an adolescent, last week, yesterday, right? And that person pops up in your energy field, right? Something reminds you, and you're like, rawr, rawr, or whatever those things are. To keep in mind that it's the hardest thing in the world for the ego to accept that there's a gift in there somewhere, right? That somehow that they are serving you, that everything that happens in this world is to make our souls grow and evolve a little bit faster, a little bit fuller, right? But there's healing available there if you can do that and say, okay, well, intellectually I may not be able to ascertain what this lesson is, but just like a twin flame contract, I'll be doing those again soon, just this felt way more important to do these chakra reads, then maybe they're teaching me how to love myself. Maybe this is something that we contracted to do. I need to see this differently, because eventually you may be ready to forgive. Not what they did. What they did might have sucked and been horrible and painful. But if you can glean the gold from within the lead, right? If you can see that often from a distance, perhaps through time, not just through space, to look over your shoulder and see how that had to go down that way. It had to go down that way so that you could be on the path that you're on and become stronger. When a bone breaks and heals, the site of the break is stronger than it was before it broke. And that's just the way it is. But not saying it's easy. And by the way, don't even try to forgive unless you're willing and ready to. I have forced myself through forgiveness process after forgiveness process way too soon. No, sometimes you just need to be angry. You need to be resentful. You need to hold them in guilt for a little bit. But then you're going to realize it's actually hurting you. It's like holding on to something that's burning hot, right? Sooner or later, you got to let go. But don't rush it. This is more about, let me see this from a different place. And honestly, with the Hermit card in the root and the Hanged Man reversal, the Hanged Woman in this deck, there really is a huge opportunity for you to heal. And by the way, when you heal one aspect of the second chakra, all of the rest of them follow suit for that little bit that you heal. So forgiving another person, or maybe this is about forgiving your financial choices or your blocked creativity, or healing your creativity. You don't water a petal, you water a plant, right? So whatever you heal within your second chakra, whether it's about another person one-on-one, whether it's about the finances, whether it's about creativity, sexuality, whatever it is, you are healing really the whole chakra system for that bit. It's all holographic anyway. That's why the chakra system of the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, white, it's all a spectrum of the same energy, right? So great opportunity for healing. But are you willing to see things differently, to sacrifice your point of view, your positionality? Tricky. I ain't saying that's easy. I've had to do it. But like I said, don't beat yourself up either. Take your time. Spiritual evolution, our process of ascension and awakening, is not a race. And it's all divinely timed anyway. So ask for help. Might be another thing. Ask for help for healing. Cancerians don't always do that. They're like, no, I've got it myself. Right? What's going on in the solar plexus? Personal power. Oh, by the way, sacred truth. I gotta remember to say these. All is one. Honor one another. Can you honor that the interactions that go on between you and another, whether it's money or creativity or another human being, that there is a sacred context and perhaps a sacred contract in there, a soul contract that you agreed to before you came into this life, or is at least written in your soul's agenda, your soul's contract. Solar plexus, honor thyself. Personal power, your relationship to you. And you've got the Aries card. Now our first court card here can indicate someone of an Aries nature. They don't have to be Aries, sun, moon, rising, whatever. But it is the first sign of the zodiac, the sign of the self, the personality, the ego, which really makes sense for the solar plexus. With the card of blessings. So a huge time of blessings for you, but it's you blessing yourself. Now, I don't know about you, but I know for myself that when I get angry, it usually starts in my nose. I know it's weird, like my nose starts to burn and then it hits the solar plexus, or maybe it's in the solar plexus and shoots up and then I notice it. But I get like, right? Anger, frustration, like my face goes red. I am Mars conjunct Leo rising, so I explode with anger and then I calm down really quick. But to get that, this is a time of immense self-blessing. And here's the thing, since we are isolated, most of us, hopefully everybody is in a way, stay at home, wash your hands, but that we are able to actually bless ourselves, bless our own energy systems, do the healing, love what rises. Go watch Matt Kahn. Go binge Matt Kahn videos on MATKAHN if you're not familiar with them, about that child, because Aries is also the child of the zodiac, the first sign, right? So if there is frustration there, bless it. It's passion trying to express itself, passion blocked. So of course people are frustrated right now. All their goals and plans and agendas and to-do lists are just meaningless for right now, or at least put on pause for a big time. So what does it mean to bless? It's to bring love to. And as you heal you, it absolutely goes down through the energy field, right? All the blessings have to come through you, your energy system, your nervous system, and out into the world. So as you bless yourself, it's okay, honey, I love you, bless you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You don't got to feel it, you just got to mean it. It is going to filter down and help with this reversal in the hangman in the second chakra with healing, and really help you with this retreat to recharge your psychic batteries, your energy batteries, and really heal the cell tissue, heal your immune system, your nervous system, your skeletal system, your circulatory system, because systems are tribal, right? All those bones making up your bone tribe. Sounds like a horror novel. I don't write horror. I've lived through some shit, but I do not write horror. Let's see what's going on, because these three represent the physical world, what's called the literal level of power, and the three levels of power as defined by Carolyn Mace, bless her soul. These next four are the personal world, the world behind your eyes, the world inside the castle of the soul. Pull that drawbridge up, people. Yeah. Introspect. The heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown. This would be your mental, emotional, or your psychological energies. So what's going on in the heart chakra here for the Cancerians? Now, should be interesting because you're a water sign. Okay. All right, well, we've got the Seven of Pentacles here. appraisal. Appraisal is about assigning value. But with that comes the card celebration. Now, I don't know how much people are celebrating externals right now, but it could be an opportunity for you to what? Appraise, assign value to. Really look at how far you've come, how much you have evolved, how much you have healed. How about just how much you've survived, right? And then you'll find there is a cause to celebrate yourself, which would completely complement this blessing of the Aries energy, or if you like, the energy of the self in the solar plexus. Now, the sacred truth of the heart chakra, according to Caroline Myss, is love is divine power. So this can absolutely be about ascertaining, appraising your own worth and feeling it. Celebrating your heart. Not just blessing your heart. Bless your heart, like we've got in the solar plexus there with that blessing of the solar plexus, but a real celebrating of the love that is within you, allowing that to come out, and perhaps even because of what's going on here in these first three chakras, appraising the value and allowing the divine love to flow through you, and again, loving yourself, loving the others one-on-one, loving the world, loving your tribes, really seeing the value that everything has been a lesson that you are in process of learning. But I'm getting a little download here. People have asked me, how do I know when I'm done forgiving? I said, honestly, when you feel thankful that it happened, not the toxic shit that went down, but that you received the lesson from it. I will never be truly thankful for some of the abuse, neglect, and codependence that I have been involved in this life. I've had people just been absolutely cruel to me, particularly through neglecting to tell me the truth. It sucks to have people say, no, everything's fine, and to find out nothing's fine, right? What a fucking bait and switch. I will never be thankful that people are deceptive to me. But I will tell you this. Well, because why? If you're an empath and you know something's wrong and they tell you everything's fine, I call it intuitive gaslighting. It just sucks. You can't navigate correctly, right? If people aren't honest, but then you really have to learn how to trust this stuff, trust your energy system that way. But my God, has it made me stronger. My God, has it made me more aware. And boy, do I celebrate my own intuitive nature, that never again will I mistrust that. I don't even care if I'm wrong. If I ask somebody how they're doing and they say, no, everything's great, everything's fine, and something here goes, wah, wah, I'm like, oh, great, I'll be over there 1,000 miles away. Even if I'm in the same room, I will be 1,000 miles away, right? Oh, I'll forgive him eventually. But I will never do that to myself again. I'm trusting my own energy system, and if I'm wrong, I'll be glad to apologize, right? You see what I mean? That knowing what's going on in your own personal energy field, you're able to read yourself. Yeah. Which is, I think, why she actually wrote, Caroline Myss actually wrote Anatomy of the Spirit and Sacred Contracts, so that you could kind of more read your own energy field and what's going on. Love is divine power. Let's move up to surrender your will to the divine willpower, throat chakra. What's going on in the throat chakra for the Cancerian collective? All right. Now, people say the Two of Swords in this deck, the Two of Blades, is the card of indecision. I disagree. I think it's the Two of Flames, because decision is an element of fire. Willpower. Will I do this or will I do this? In other words, the Ace of Flames, of fire, has already manifested the new impulse, but do I want to do it now or do I want to do it later? Do I want to do it this way? Do I want to do it that way? Do I want to say yes? Do I want to say no? Which is all very throat chakra with the card of manifestation. Do I want to manifest this or don't I? Do I want to say what I mean to say, or do I want to chew on this for a little bit? Do I want to swallow it for a little while so that I can regurgitate it later? Do I want to perhaps interact with the grace of counsel in the throat chakra and talk to somebody as a neutral party to kind of get this out and help me chew on it a little bit, help me break it down and digest it? And of course, in the state of the world where we are right now, whether or not to manifest something into physical form when everything seems to be on hold, it might be the wise decision to make no decision right now. That, to me, is chew. Spit it out, swallow it or chew on it. And by the way, spitting it out is not always the wise thing to do, particularly if you are possessed by pain, possessed by anger, possessed by rage, vengeance, wrath, right? It's like, let me swallow this for right now, not to repress it and push it down, but to heal it, to love it, which we are seeing here in the energy field. But it is okay to be indecisive right now when everything is so uncertain, particularly if the head is saying one thing and the heart is saying the other. The throat chakra has to what? Choose, like chew. Cool? Surrender your will to the divine. For the highest good and harming none, as I will it, so let it be done. You show me, right? That's my biggest prayer. Every morning when I wake up, I say, all right, universe, work through me. Make every choice. Say every word. Before I do these readings, it's very much, universe, work through me. My pantheons, make these the best that they can be. Just use me as a channel of your vessel and vehicle of your guidance and grace for the well-being of all, right? So it's okay if in terms of manifestation, if things are on hold, because that's how it is for the majority of people on planet Earth. Well, what's going on in your third eye, huh? Seek only truth, the sacred truth of the third eye. Remember, the third eye can see not just truth, but illusion, right? Not just what's real, but what's fake. Perfect example. There's what's true and truth. What's true is I am sitting in my dining room, in my condo, in Holbrook, New York, doing these readings. That's true. The truth is that we are all one, right? And that this world is a holographic paradigm that our souls are chosen to incarnate in to learn certain lessons like a video game. So it's not really a reality, it's a virtual reality. Our true reality is oneness, fifth dimensional unity consciousness, right? Here's third dimension, here we're looking at fourth dimension, over here will be fifth dimension, right? Ooh, girl. Not completing the rest of that drag race quote, I will get canceled. We've got the star with soulmate. Ding, 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 ding. Now, let's take it out of the romantic for a moment, please, because this is in third eye. The star is about that higher vision. It is about inspiration. It is about guidance, right? And if you look at the moon there, that is a waning moon. So this is often about seeing things in retrospect and yet having the guidance, the grace, and the inspiration pulling you forward. Before we had compasses and maps, right? We were guided by the star, Polaris, or Polaris if you're from New York, the North Star, right? So that you could find your way. That is totally about guidance. But with the card of soulmate, if you can take it out of the romantic sexual context, not that it doesn't involve that, particularly in that second chakra stuff, but if you can really see from that higher perspective, pulling back from the world, doing the hermit time, that this is a past life thing, you know, that these contracts, we've incarnated with these souls over and over and over again in order to help each other heal, but often by giving each other the bitter pill, right? Or the jagged little pill. Thank you, Alanis Morissette, for that album. Absolutely, you can see that this was all in the divine plan all along. I had no idea. I can see clearly now, Lorraine is gone. Who's Lorraine? Can you open your third eye to see the truth that everything has been happening for you? That particularly in one-on-one, either twin flame, soulmate contracts, whether it's parent, lover, child, friend, sibling, boss, coworker, whoever it is, political official, that they are helping you grow, but they don't know that. They don't know that, but do you know that? That they are serving, particularly if they're toxic and possessed by pain, they're taking the harder role by not waking up so that you can. Now, granted, that's a higher perspective. And look, she's got a breast urn there, so we're really looking Aquarius here in this card of the star for this deck. So to really get that, your soulmate contracts here, and I gotta say, with that card of reversal with healing, there's your opportunity to see this differently, to see this from the point of view of the soul, which is always gonna wanna move towards forgiveness. The ego that was like, screw that, let them suffer. Trust me, if they caused you any pain, right? Abuse, neglect, codependence, they're in pain already. They're already suffering. So the thing is they already got theirs before they passed on their pain to you. But the question is, are you going to retaliate, or does the chain of pain stop with you? Can you let them go, understanding that, oh, you served me well, teaching me, right? But sometimes we don't see that until some time passes, and I'm going to say it again. Do not rush to forgive. Take your time. Be willing to eventually forgive. I'm going to be willing to forgive eventually, but right now I am just angry, and I have to love what's inside of me and honor myself, right? That even if this Aries card here in the solar plexus is about anger, is about rage, is all about fuck them and the horse they rode in on, well, take that time to love that inside of you, to let it have its full emotional arc, but not to take vengeance, to not act upon it. That just perpetuates it, and not through that old outdated idea of karma, right? Where, oh, then they're going to do it to me and I'm going to do it to them, and back and forth in this life and the next. But really getting that the ultimate way to break the chain of karma is to love what rises. What do you say to yourself? What do you do to heal yourself? That's how you do it, by not perpetuating the cycle of abuse, neglect, codependence, etc. You are really working through me. This is like a spiritual counseling session to a camera. Let's see what's going on in the Crown Chakra. Live in present time. Live in present time. Be here now. Oh God, there's so much going on in the Crown Chakra right now for everybody. Considering what the other name for the word crown is, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get flagged. So let's just leave that there. But there is no language in the Crown Chakra. Crown Chakra, third eye starts languaging. This is the radar dish that takes in the guidance and the grace. So you have to be in present time. That's why I always say breathe. That still silent moment, just that fast, right? You download the next piece of guidance and grace. So what's going on in the Crown Chakra? Oh, I love you guys so much. You got the Ace of Cups, a download of happiness, true happiness, happiness from the higher realms coming down into you with the card of miracles. Take your time, because if we're going to look at the miracles from the Course in Miracles point of view, really the miracle according to Course in Miracles is the alchemical agent that transforms lead to gold, pain to peace, right? Fear to love, right? Take your time. The happiness. When you are truly happy is usually when you've released blame. That you can't be happy and blame at the same time. But you can change the way you think about this, right? See it differently, right? See things from a higher perspective, that this is all part of a soul contract, and that this is something that you could not have avoided. You could not become who you are becoming in this life unless this shit went down. And so from a place of happiness, have you ever noticed that when you're really happy, forgiveness is so easy? It's like, oh, it's okay, it got me here, bless them. Well, they're going to do what they're going to do. And it's so much easier. So it feels like the guidance and the grace of the divine is downloading already into your Crown Chakra, though keep in mind this whole spread may very well play out over the remainder of March and through all of April, maybe even into the last day of April. But worth it. You are worth the work. So downloading the Ace of Cups, happiness, a new opportunity, perhaps even a new love coming in through the Crown Chakra for yourself, for others, for another. But that defies natural law, which really is the traditional meaning of a miracle. The parting of the Red Sea, walking on water, water into wine. There's an awful lot of water in those miraculous things, in there. A lot of liquids. But then this is really you being a channel of miracles. Can you, however, get it through the throat chakra where you're still, I don't know. That's why this chakra spread in general is such a powerful thing. Let's look at the 8th chakra. Right now, we're out of the personal level of power and into the symbolic, because when you go up into the 8th chakra, you get glimpses of the divine plan. You see the human drama, all the world's a stage, men and women merely players strutting and fretting, etc. You see the character that you play, like sort of from the penthouse. That's, you know, I've never done ayahuasca. I never want to have to throw up to see anything. Thank you very much. If I can avoid it, I'm a Virgo. I'd rather not throw up at all, ever. Puke. I hate that word. But can you then incarnate? Can you get that truth in that 8th chakra and incarnate it? Meat. Can you bring it down into your meat suit and manifest it into the world? Well, let's see what it is, shall we? What's going on in the 8th chakra? The star center, the higher self, home of the higher self, the upper room. All right, 7 of Cups with dreams. Now, the card itself says jealousy, but I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that the higher self is necessarily jealous of anything, but that there are new dreams coming through. And isn't the 7 of Cups, if you think Rider-Waite, right? Those cups in the sky, and, you know, the one in the center is veiled, but it got arms, right? And then you've got the dragon and conquest, and then you've got the gems, wealth, and all the beauty, all of these different things that we fantasize. That there is a dreamlike reality coming into form, but it's still just a 7. Now, as I look, you also have the 7 of Pentacles here in the heart chakra, so this could very much be about your heart's desires, your life dreams. But by all means, pay attention to your dreams. Yes, the sleepy time dreams, but also your daydreams, your fantasies. That encoded within our heart's desires, our dreams, our fantasies, are pieces of intuition of things that are scripted for us. That's why never give up on your dream. Believe me, I've tried. It hurts like hell. Really hard to give up on your life dreams because they are woven into your contract. But we have to take the hero's journey. And, you know, it wouldn't be much of a hero's journey if the hero hears the call and in the next chapter finishes the quest. Oh, I'm going on this quest to fulfill my destiny. Oh, here it is. Not much of a journey, right? I mean, come on. If Luke Skywalker knew who his dad was, movie 1, it wouldn't have been much of a hero's journey, would it? You know, if Krypton never exploded, Kal-El, there would be no Superman, right? We have to go through the trials and tribulations on the hero's journey. So do not give up on your dreams, but know that your higher self is holding them in escrow for you, right? Holding them until you are ready, until they are ready to what? Manifest. But really, it feels like there's a process of preparation here going on, and really, our entire lives are preparation for the next step of the hero's journey of the soul into form. So pay attention to your dreams, the things that you fantasize. This is how I look at it. Oh, wouldn't it be nice if ... right? Where my heart goes, oh, oh. And that's why absolutely, however you are appraising where you are emotionally right now, celebrate it, because where you are is good enough. Because you know what? You just can't get to high school without junior high, and you can't get to junior high without elementary school. We are all where we are on the journey, on the hero's journey, the evolution of the soul et al. Very, very cool. 2 more cards down, then we'll pop up the picture and we'll see what pops up in the overview. I like doing the overviews because it goes so fast. And the guys are like, here, look here, look here, look here. And I see the dots connect. It's fun. Fun for me. I don't know about for you, but it's fun for me. Let's ask your higher self, considering we were just in the chakra of the higher self with the Whispers of Love Oracle. Shall we? Nice, deep breath. Higher Self Collective, please. 1 card, just 1, in clarity, for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs from March to April, into April 2020, please. What is a whisper of love from the Higher Self Collective to these Cancerians pertaining to, relating to what's going on in their human energy fields, in their chakras, for March and April 2020, please? This one. Receive with love and appreciation. Receive. So it does make sense. You're sort of in a good place to receive. More yin than yang, more receptive than active. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. Now, what I'm getting here is maybe an apology is coming in because people are isolated. Their emotional baggage might be catching up with them, right? Their conscience, more than their consciousness, might be actually speaking to them, because when everything else quiets down, that Jiminy Cricket, look it up if you don't know who Jiminy Cricket is, the conscience of Pinocchio, liar, liar, nose on fire, tends to gnaw at them and chew away at them. So there might be some apologies coming in, as well as be aware that you can be open and receptive to the guidance and grace from your own higher self. So you don't need to know what to do with it in terms of manifestation right now. But with that card of the star in the third eye with soulmate, like really seeing your sacred contracts in a different way and downloading in the crown that Ace of Cups, happiness with miracles, receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love, right? So even if someone texts you out of nowhere that you haven't heard from a while and you might still have some about, you know, and there's like, just wanted to make sure you're okay, you just say thank you. You know, that's all you have to say is thank you. And, you know, I am, because it's right there, I am 3 chapters into Matt Kahn's new book, The Universe Always Has a Plan. And that third golden rule, the 10 golden rules of letting go, about fast-tracking hardship through gratitude. To just say thank you for this gift silently, right? If someone's being an asshole and you go, thank you for being an asshole, that doesn't work well. It just perpetuates the assholiness. Rather to come from that holiness, thank you for this gift. Thank you for this lesson. I don't know what it is, but thank you. It's acknowledging even subconsciously that everything is happening for you, right? So it's a tricky time we're in, and you know what? Once this is all past, because all that rises, falls, this too shall pass. We are going to see the transformation that we went through as a planet and as a species. And maybe there will be some gratitude in there, but we can start that gratitude now saying, I don't know what this is for, but thank you. Thank you, everything that's going on, for helping us learn, grow, heal, evolve, and become the best that we can be individually and as a species. Let's hope, right? One more down. You know I wasn't going to go away without giving you a healing mantra card from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. I know you can't see it because it's really light. It's like, can we get some black ink on this thing? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Not even on these. Nope, no black ink allowed. That's Hay House for you, right? If I had an oracle deck, it would be black ink on black paper because I'm from New York. I can't help it. It's slimming. Plus I have black cats, right? I mean, how many lint brushes does one homosexual need to have? If you didn't know I'm gay, honey, you better go order a gaydar from Amazon. Nice deep breath. Ah, that's right. Keep it sunny, keep it funny, keep it gay. All right, here we go. The Ascended Masters. I think I crack up the Ascended Masters more than any of my pantheons. My gods roll their eyes. The angels shake their heads. My higher self is like, that's our guy. But the Ascended Masters I actually make laugh. You know, I thought they would all be stodgy and stuffy being called the Ascended Masters of the Great White Brotherhood. Day one, I was like, that's really racist. They were like, we don't call ourselves that. I'm like, okay. And did you know a bunch of them are pagan? Yeah, they're not all Judeo-Christian. Who fucking knew? I didn't. Yeah, there have been Ascended Masters throughout time in human history, and plenty of them are pagan, or at least they understand the unity of it all, right? One light, infinite lenses. Let's ask them, shall we? The Healing Mantra deck. My Ascended Masters, please. One card, in clarity, the perfect healing mantra, considering we're doing a chakra spread here for the Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their human energy field, in their chakra system here. For March and April 2020, please. Oh, so then the next one, if I do these again, it won't be April, it won't be March and April, it'll be May, June. Oh, good. So I'll only do these every other month. Ask a master. Please, what is the perfect healing mantra then for this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus sign, March April 2020. Please, popped it right in my hand. Now, one side of the card is the mantra, the other the name of the mantra, so I can look it up in the book. Otherwise, there's nothing else written on this card. Integrating the ego. Everything is for me, not against me. Now, that's going to really change what's going on in the second chakra, but when we pop it up, I'll keep referring back to that because that's really key. Everything is for me, not against me, and integrating the ego. Let's find it. Integrating the ego. Everything is for me, not against me. Here's the mantra. Everything is for me, not against me. Everything is for me, not against me, particularly when you want to punch somebody. Don't. When your ego is integrated, there are no problems to fix or questions to answer. There are just the aligned responses of the soul's reality, acknowledging life as fertile ground where greater expansion is revealed. As you integrate your ego, every moment can be seen to be conspiring for your highest evolution instead of plotting against you, right? So the ego is going to see, this sucks, this is holding me back, right? Like in this solar plexus with this Aries card, that can you get that this is a time of blessing for you. This mantra is ideal for overcoming victimhood. And who's not feeling victimized in all of this? Being more grateful. Thank you. Thank you for this gift. Thank you for this crazy shit that's making me better, because shit makes good fertilizer. And becoming more forgiving. Being more grateful and becoming more forgiving. I know, it's the F word, forgiveness, right? I'm gonna bleep it out. I have bleep them. They know not what they do. Wow, you could. That's a Mad Lib waiting to happen, isn't it? All right, so let's do this. Let's pop up the spread, and we'll see what we see in the overview. Shall we? Nice deep breath. Oh, magic clap. Well, let's start at the 8th chakra, and we're got that card of dreams with the 7 of Cups. Definitely some dreams getting ready to come true. And I don't mean in the, fairy tale Disney-esque kind of way, but I really do mean in terms of life goals and aspirations that, yeah, they may be on hold, but things are lining up for them to come into form. Really feeling that there in the 8th chakra. That the higher self is the higher self. It loves you. So it's going to really do everything it can during this time, perhaps of isolation, helping you process what needs to be processed so that you are ready, that you have the internal circuitry and scaffolding, particularly in the chakra system, to download the dreams, the aspects of the divine plan that you incarnated to bring into form. And I really do see that in the Crown Chakra there with that Ace of Cups, happiness with miracles. That things may not be as they appear to be, that everything is happening for you, right? Everything is for you, not against you. And when you get into that miraculous place of happiness from the spiritual perspective, Crown Chakra, upper, the highest floor that you can get, you really let go of blame, and happiness, your natural spiritual state, can then be there, but then it's bringing it down into form. And we do see with that card of the star in the 3rd eye, right? Seeking only truth with soulmate. Really seeing the larger perspective, really seeing the higher non-physical point of view, that every character in your life is there written into the divine plan by contract to help you either learn how to love and heal yourself or help you love and heal yourself. They're two different things, twin flame and soulmate. But keep in mind that this is more about you seeing the truth, that as much pain as someone else might have caused or that you might have caused them, that it's all part of the divine plan. In chapter 1 of Matt Kahn's new book, you've done nothing wrong. No one has. It's all scripted. It's a video game. All of the outcomes are already determined. We're just playing the script, right? But we forget. This is awakening, remembering that we are eternal souls that make these agreements. And how else are you going to learn how to heal and forgive unless someone wrongs you and hurts you? But that's why this is so important in the 3rd chakra. that Two of Flames, that indecision, that creativity, not knowing quite where to put it. Do I go left? Do I go right with manifestation? Whether or not to engage in the conversation, whether to spit it out, to swallow it, or to chew on it. And honestly, I'm feeling chew being the best option considering the world is right now. Do you really want to have a knockdown, drag-out confrontation with somebody with all this crazy going on planet Earth? Granted, this crazy is happening for us, not to us, but nonetheless, probably not the best time. Better to what? Go into your heart, reevaluate, reappraise, and celebrate the love that is within your heart. Celebrate the love that you have already received in this life, that you have already felt in this life, as well as appreciate the love for, yes, the small things. I have to say, being here isolated, I haven't even shaken anyone's hand or touched anybody in over a week, but my cats, my boys, I love them so much anyway, but they have been really psychological lifesavers for me. So I'm celebrating the love that I do have for my mom, for my stepfather, for my home, for my work, for YouTube, for Facebook, for all of this stuff, to really celebrate the love in my heart as I appraise what is truly of value to me. Dropping down into that solar plexus here with that Aries card with blessings. That to be a blessing upon yourself right now, to fill up your own cup, to honor where you are in the journey, even if you are furious, stamping mad, right? Just in a sense of entitlement that I deserve more and I deserve better. Good, sweetheart. Yes, you do. I love you, and we'll get there eventually, but we have some healing to do, and it's okay. Let's take our time, right? Really blessing yourself. I bless myself, right? May I be blessed. May all beings be blessed, and let it begin with me. That there's a real giving of love there to perhaps the ego, the personality that might be suffering and in pain, because these parts of ourself need more love, not less. Yeah, starve them more of some love. Watch how toxic they get, right? Like a child that's been deprived. They don't get better. They get bitter. So really, love yourself. Bless yourself here. And that really changes the way you look at things in the second chakra here with that reversal. Sacrificing your point of view, your positionality, perhaps even your victimization, because we all play victim. It's one of the 4 survival archetypes. Read Sacred Contracts, Carolyn Mace. Keeping in mind that everything is for me, not against me, then there is a huge healing available to you in the second chakra, no matter what has happened. No, I'm not saying that's easy, but it is a process that is available for you right now. And it would make sense that in the root chakra, you've got the hermit with retreat. I mean, everybody seems to have that. But if you are a Cancerian, whether you are sheltering in place alone or with others, definitely it's okay to put up that castle wall, right? Go within yourself, retreat into yourself, take time, heal, rest, particularly if you're sad, right? Particularly if there is this sadness and this grief going on, because I think we are all mourning our old way of life, right? The normalcy of our schedules, and that, you know, it was safe to go outside and interact with people, but it's okay to mourn that. Give yourself and your nervous system as much rest as you need to kind of chill out for a little bit. And by all means, if you are angry, frustrated, and ready to kick a hole in the wall, give yourself space, right? Give yourself lots of space if you can, even if it's sitting in the bathtub, right? Even if it's locking the door in the bathroom just to get away and just telling people, look, I need an hour. Leave me alone. I'm processing. Better than spewing all over them, right? Take your hermit time. Hermit time. Sorry, I just MC hammered us all. Because we are looking here, the voices of the higher self saying, receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. And I do feel like to say thank you to no matter what comes to you right now might totally knock other people off their game, like particularly if they're being passive aggressive, to say thank you. Thank you, right? To kind of take that tack on things that completely disrupt their energy field, but also it is acknowledging that everything everything is for me, not against me, reflecting down to the mantra here for integrating the ego. That the more you are able to work this mantra, right? Like through the chakras, make it a constant thing, even if it's silent, right? Everything is for me, not against me. Everything is for me, not against me. It's not an affirmation that you're trying to make it true. It is already the truth, but it does signal to the soul that you are if not ready to heal or able to heal, which it shows in your spread here that you are ready and able, but that you are willing to heal, repeating, everything is for me, not against me, because it is. So there we have it, my Cancerian. What a wild ride of a chakra spread, but when is the human energy field not a wild ride, particularly in the times we are in? So also remember, water signs in general, I don't care where the placement is in your chart, we are all feeling things that need to come up to be healed but not acted on. Love what rises in you. Do the inner child work. Self-care, self-care, self-care. Particularly if you are isolated and feeling alone and lonely, or if you are hunkered down with people and there's a lot going on and you need to self-care. Yes, it's like being on an airplane. Put the little air mask on yourself before anybody else. Take care of yourself, Cancerians, because your emotional balance is important, particularly if you are clearing your energy fields, not just for yourself, not just for the people around you, but for all of humanity, if not all of life. Cool, cool. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed. May the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their chakra system, March and April 2020, to heal, to grow, to learn, to see things differently, to manifest their heart's desires, to experience miracles, and to take the time they need to appraise and celebrate the heart of who they are for the well-being of all. So mote it be, and so it is. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of March and April, my Cancerians. I love you all so much. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.